to see men taken out on a stretcher.
When Hassan Shabazz hears about an overdose in a prison now, his mind takes him back inside a cell.
Thinking about the hopelessness that must be on that person's mind to try to escape their misery, utilizing a substance that they know they may not come back from.
Shabazz became a certified paralegal while serving time and now works to support those still behind bars. Many of those conversations lately include frustration over the Virginia Department of Corrections lockdown policy when someone overdoses or tests positive for fentanyl.
That lockdown policy is supposed to be for them to identify where the drugs come from.
When an overdose happens at a Virginia prison, inmates are placed on lockdown for 7 days or more while officers search for more drugs. DOC officials say inmate movement is restricted and outside visits are stopped during lockdowns.
There's a lot of animosity toward that. It's a lot of stress. We're hearing a lot of complaints and a lot of people is boiling over.
Shabazz and his organization, Prisoners' Rights Clinic, recently sent Virginia DOC a letter laying out concerns they've heard from inmates.
Many individuals who do not participate in drug use are being penalized and being hurt by this, right? They're missing their religious services, they're missing visitation with their families, they're missing their court deadlines.
Fentanyl is extremely dangerous, and Shabazz says of course they recognize that fact. Their concern is that lockdowns further isolate prisoners not involved.
We have not seen any data that supports that these are viable solutions that work.
CBS 6 was provided a copy of a response Shabazz received from a top DOC official. The message says 2023 was the deadliest year for fentanyl deaths in Virginia's prison system, and that the 7+ day lockdown is necessary to thoroughly search facilities. The official writes, "Our focus has to be on keeping inmates safe and alive, as fentanyl is such a deadly drug. The goal is to ensure that we do a thorough review of the area that the overdose or positive fentanyl test occurred."
What we want to do is work hand in hand with DOC.
Shabazz says the current approach is too punitive for all prisoners at a facility. They're seeking collaboration with DOC on how to implement programs focused on healing and mental health that Shabazz saw work when he was incarcerated.
We want the conditions while they're incarcerated to be more devoted toward learning and healing, toward them becoming human beings and being recognized as human beings as they step out of those doors and come back into society. Because majority of them will be coming home one day. So how do you want them to come home?
A spokesperson for Virginia DOC sent us a statement just a few moments ago. It says the department is laser focused on eradicating fentanyl and deadly drugs from Virginia prisons. So far this calendar year, DOC reports 1 overdose death compared to 22 and 2023, The spokesperson says they have peer recovery and intensive substance use treatments available to all inmates.